2011 Cadet Seabee training, Lieutenant Commander Fred Estano, NSCC.
Thank you, Lieutenant. LPO, bring parade rest.
Aye, sir. Parade rest.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the graduation for Seabee Training 2011. Before I begin, I'd like to share with you a quote that appeared last month on a USA Today. I'd like to look at the sports section, the Sudoku and all that stuff, but this one really caught my attention, and it pretty much epitomizes what your cadets have been doing for the last 2 weeks aboard in space. The quote was reprinted, and it says as follows: "Morale is when your hands and feet keep working when your head says it can't be done." This was a quote reprinted, and this was given by Admiral Ben Morale, the father of Navy Seabees. From that statement came the slogan of "Can Do," which means can do anything. With that said, when NCTC, Naval Construction Training Command, was once again asked to support the Sea Cadets this summer, we were given the can-do attitude. For many years, NCTC had been supporting the Sea Cadets, and I was trying to reflect this morning as to who the SEALs were. I remember Commander Wilmore, Commander Scott, Commander Morris, and now we have Commander Noshki. And I'd like to mention a few minutes later on about your support. During the summer, Sea Cadets, there's about 120 different trainings that are involved in. The whole purpose of the Sea Cadet training during the summer is to give them a taste of what's out there. Maybe aviation, CVs, leadership, SEALs, EOD, music. Whatever there is a job in the Navy, there is a counterpart in the Sea Cadets. So we try to give them that exposure. This is one of them, and I think there's another one in Gulfport, Mississippi, another CV training. But the support that we've been getting from NCTC has been outstanding for many years. Commander Loshkin, Master Chief Sear, I believe we have another Master Chief Sharp, and Chaplain, parents, active duty personnel, guests, Sea Cadets, as well as members of the other organizations such as the Navy League Council, Fleet Reserve Association, etc. Welcome again to this morning's ceremony. As a commanding officer, we usually get all the accolades and the applauses, but mainly it's the people behind the scene. I always say I'm like an actor in front of the camera, and there's always people behind me that supports me. At this time, I'd like to introduce, have my staff please stand to be recognized. The CV staff, please recognize. Please stand. I know they're all over the place. And there is a copy of the program for the name, so let's give a round of applause. Just to give you a background, we have 31 Sea Cadets from all over the United States representing 21 different units. And it goes back to the can-do attitude. Regardless of what Sea Cadet unit you're from, you always come together as a group and you work as a team. The demographics are as follows. We have one cadet from Florida. He couldn't be here, had to catch a cab at 10:15. But that cadet's on his way home. He came all the way from Florida to be here. Well, the representative from Michigan, please raise your hand. There's one. Motion, where are you? Raise your hand so we can say thank you for coming all the way here. Give a round of applause. We have a cadet from Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada. Raise your hand. We have 2 cadets from Texas, 3 Texans. Raise your hand, please. Thank you. This one I say for last for a reason, because he's from Oregon. He was on the train for about, 18 hours, and he's going back on a train this afternoon. We'll be home by noon tomorrow. Wow. So, Cadet, where are you? Galindo, raise your hand. From Oregon. Dedication. Then obviously we have cadets in California, so if you're from the Bay Area, Central Region, please raise your hand, be recognized. Ventura County, please raise your hand. And we'll combine Los Angeles and Orange County, the OC, raise your hand. And Also, we have one from San Diego, representative from San Diego. There's one. Ms. Marita, where are you? The first week was filled with many activities. Some of you may know that this museum was opened up last month. It took many years and finally became a reality. The old museum was not big enough to store a lot of the artifacts, a lot of the souvenirs that were collected over the years. The first week, your cadets gave back to the museum, gave back to the base by moving some of the artifacts from the old museum to this new museum. They devoted over 40 hours of community service, moving stuff that they were able to move on trolleys, dollies, on their hands. For whatever reason, they were able to get here safely. One of the cadets mentioned to me that, sir, this was one of the greatest moments. I was able to move the Medal of Honor of CM3 Marvin Shields. Cadet Fisher, where are you? Thank you for sharing that. Okay. A lot of these cadets maybe don't know about the history of the Seabees, but when you have a cadet said, he recognized that was a very special merchandise that he was carrying from the old museum to the new museum, and for sure, forever he'll remember that moment. The cadets will receive the community service ribbon, and for some seniors, you do need that to graduate. And to recognize their hard work and dedication last week, the staff, we will purchase one of the bricks that you see out there. It's going to say Seabees, Basic Seabee Training, Sea Cadet Seabee Training 2011. So thank you for a job well done. The second week was working with NCTC, Naval Construction Training Command. They looked at the different ratings, the CEs, the electricians, the UTs, the utility men, the builders, the steel workers, the mechanics, the equipment operators, and the EAs, land surveyors. Okay. They were able to see what they did, and hopefully through their experience, they were able to plant that seed so maybe this is a job they want to do in the future. About a few years ago, the Command Master Chief at NCTC, Master Chief Marr, went through the same training in 1973. And through that exposure, back in 1973, he decided to become a CD. And lo and behold, he ended up being the Command Master Chief at NCTC, a complete circle. So you never know what these guys are going to end up later in the future. With that said, I'd like to present a certificate to Commander Loschke for your support, sir. Could you please come forward? Cadets, attention to order. Citation to Commander Scott Loschke, Civil Engineer, Corps, United States Navy, Commanding Officer, Naval Construction Training Command, CBC Port Hueneme, California, in recognition for enthusiastic and dedicated service to this American Youth Program. You have earned the admiration and appreciation of members of the Basic Seabee Construction Training 2011, presented on the 13th day of August, year 2011, at Naval Base Ventura County, CBC Port Hueneme, California. Signed Lieutenant Commander Fred Estano, Commanding Officer, Training Contingent. Also signed by Captain J.E. Monahan, United States Naval Reserve retired Executive Director of Naval Sea Cadet Corps. Thank you, sir, for your support. All right, again, I would like to thank the dignitaries for being here, for the support of NCTC. Thanks to the staff for your time and effort. Thanks for the cadets for taking the time to be here. And most especially for the parents for allowing us for the last 2 weeks to take care of your precious cargo. And today we're going to return them back to you. We hope that they leave this area with fond memories. Also, you're welcome to visit the museum. Take a look at what's on display right now. Some of the displays are not up yet. But keep in mind that when you do come back in future trainings, that your cadet helps with moving some of the items to this museum. Thank you very much for being here.